Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Triple A. A little Fonzie there for you guys. This is where I review Triple A games, guys. It's kind of a new thing. We're trying it out. Basically, I'm reviewing the creme de la creme of games, the alpha wolves, the games that see a lot of money poured into them, millions of dollars with publishing and developing, and I give you my impressions about them. Today's subject is King's Bounty Darkside. Now, King's Bounty is a series has been around for a long time, guys. It has a long history. It's been around since the 1990s, for Pete's sakes. It's a tactical strategy RPG where you play the leader of a large army and you go around kicking some ass and collecting troops of different kinds and using magic. It's a whole bunch of cool stuff. In this rendition of the game, you play the bad guys, the Darkside, the evil guys. The ones you were smashing before, well, they're going to smash back finally. You get to play a vampire, which is what you're seeing there on the screen, the one I chose. You could play an orc, or you could play like a slutty demoness chick. It's pretty awesome, guys. It released on Steam August 2014. It was developed by 1C Soft Club and published by 1C Company. You can go ahead and get King's Bounty Darkside on Steam for $24.99. Now, why is this a AAA title? Why isn't this counted as an indie game? Well, guys, in 2007, one of Russia's largest software developers, IC Company, bought the rights to the King's Bounty series, and after merging with another company called Soft Club, which was also one of Russia's largest publishers and distributors, they started developing their own titles. These companies see millions of dollars passing through their doors, guys. So that's why this is a AAA title, guys. Now, let me start by saying, though, that other than, really early on stuff that I played on, like I think the Nintendo or some long ass time ago. Point is, I have never played any of the new King's Bounty series, which gives me it gives me kind of the benefit of having an outsider's perspective, but it also kind of presents new problems as we get into the game here. I'm gonna hit new game, even though I'm gonna be loading a game eventually, because there's a reason I want to show you something that kind of was like, this is a little bit confusing. One thing I do have to say, I do enjoy the fact that you kind of played three different characters, even though for the most part, most of the characters will be eventually just kind of cramming together and then the story just moves along from one point. All it really does change is you kind of start off in a different starting area and get a different motif, but other than that, it doesn't really change too much. We'll start off as the slutty demoness here. This doesn't really matter because we're not going to be playing. The game does have a lot of different difficulties, I will say that much. And from what I understand, balance is something that is a bit of an issue currently that they're trying to figure out. There's just a lot of monsters that you'll have that get their asses kicked and the enemies are really tough. You can also choose an emblem, which is really cute. Like, I think it's really adorable. It gives you a little bit of customization. It does look like it'll be... oh, there we go. Bunny. You gotta choose the bunny. I mean, if you know me, you know I'm gonna choose the bunny. So we're gonna continue here. And one thing that I found with this series, and I've been playing it for about 3 hours now, and it took me that long to kind of get the grasp of things. Why 3 hours? Why did it take me so long to really figure this out? Well, first off and foremost, guys, aside from the starting text and dialogue that kind of just tells you what to do, there's absolutely no tutorial at all. I don't understand why that is. But there's literally no tutorial. I pressed that starting text, they told me to run, the good guys are here, we gotta run, da-da-da-da-da. There's no tutorial. You literally have to figure out what to do. Like, it doesn't tell you to talk to these guys, it just tells you to get the hell out of there. You kind of have to figure out what to do for yourself. I think that's your father. For the most part, you literally are just kind of left to your own kind of decisions here. So it's kind of just really weird because there's a lot of aspects to this game that are very confusing. There's a lot of things that are complicated about this game that they really just don't tell you anything about. For instance, there's some more demons here that I'm going to, of course, grab. So I'm going to grab this guy. Hello. Okay, grab this guy. Did I grab them? So this is actually the battle scene right here. There's a couple things they didn't tell you about. For instance, well, we'll just do this. We'll do this one quick battle. I'll probably get my ass kicked, but I'll do it really quick for you. What is this? She can leap if an enemy stands in front of the troop lugs. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just move. This is just the tutorial battles. They're just to get you used to the idea of fighting with these characters. I will say that the graphics are phenomenal. I really enjoy the graphics. I think they're really neat. They're very well done. Oh, I didn't even see that thing up there. Ring of Fire. Okay, so Ring of Fire. Every creature, every ability, everything you're looking at right here are my different troops right here. And they all come with their own different kinds of powers and abilities and different things that they can do. For instance, this particular one, which is a... You can right-click on stuff. This is a Fire Elemental. It tells you their stats and all that good stuff. And you go down here and it shows you the different powers. For instance, Ring of Fire deals 1 and 2 fire damage to everyone around it. The target has a 20% chance of being set ablaze. This is affinity for fire. It immediately teleports to any burning unit. So I don't think any of my enemies are currently burning. Let me see. Let me click on them. Not burning, not burning, not burning. So all I have really to do with this character is just move right now. And he's attacking my Hellhound. On the bottom of these characters, you can see little numbers, like for instance 2 and 6. And if I can spin my camera here, no, I think that's basically the only direction I can keep my camera right now. No, don't go back, you stupid. Oh, good lord. I did not mean to do that at all, but that's okay. That's kind of cool. You can attack 2 things at once, that particular unit. The combat is very tactical. I will say that the combat is really cool. It's very tactical. I'm going to try to burn that chick. I did burn her. I think I can. Oh, that's crap. Alright, fine. Whatever. I thought she was burning. What I was saying was, those little numbers on the bottom of the characters, those are the number of lives they have. They're kind of the number of troops. Because even though you only see one particular figure, these are made up of actual, like, several different units. They each have their own health. For instance, this particular first fire element only has 1 hit point left before he goes down to 16. This one has 72 hit points before he drops down to 4, or I'm sorry, 2. And so it's basically actually showing you there's actually a large number of those kinds of troops, just you're not seeing them because it's just that way. So once those number drops to 0, that unit dies, completely, utterly gone forever. Alright, so, let's see, this is the Blood Priestess. A very powerful character. I'm going to guess kind of like a hero unit almost. And she has long attacks enemy across an empty square, deals 4 to 13 damage, the enemy cannot counterattack. A bleeding effect is applied to the target, duration 3 effects. I don't even think I can do that from this far, can I? I can do that, awesome. And sacrifice. 1 allied troop is sacrificed for the sake of another troop. The total leadership of sacrificed creatures cannot exceed 60. And the damage dealt does not depend. Okay, what does it do though? I guess it just kills them? I don't really know. Oh, I guess you leech life from them. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let's add some bleeding effect to this chick right here. So she's gonna start bleeding. We're gonna go ahead and attack them. Let's zoom out here. Because this Hellhound's pretty cool. He has like an ability he can attack multiple targets at once. Again though, none of this is really explained to you. You kind of just have to kind of gather this by yourself, you know? Which is something that can be a little bit frustrating. It doesn't really tell you much of anything that's happening, as it were. It kind of leaves you to your own devices to figure it out. Which, okay, one could argue, well, Martyr, this is essentially almost kind of like an expansion of DLC, but it's not. It doesn't label itself as such. It basically labels itself as a new game. This counts as a new part of the, a King's Bounty series. It doesn't say that, it's an expansion. This counts as a whole new game. It's charging $24.99. This counts as a whole new game. Where's the tutorial? Where's the explanation of what's going on? What am I doing here? It doesn't really give you that, guys. Which can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're not really familiar with the King's Bounty series like I was. I mean, it's not that hard to figure it out, and I did figure it out eventually. But basically, you're kind of dropped into these zones here. You can kind of move around in. This is, for instance, the Demoness's area. One of the things it doesn't also tell you, for instance, is that you have an entire paper doll area where you can equip weapons and stats and stuff like that that will alter your character's abilities and strengthen your troops or your leadership or, whatever have you. It doesn't tell you that you have spells that you can cast, for instance. Like, if we go over here, where is it? Spells. Magic. I actually had a flaming arrow spell that I could have cast against my enemies. It cost me 5 mana. Mana regenerates naturally on its own. It doesn't tell you any of that. It expects you to kind of just know that stuff off the bat. For the most part, I guess it just doesn't. The game really doesn't do any kind of hand-holding. Let's go ahead and grab these demonesses. We'll grab them. Now they are part of our army. As you can see, they head down here. You are only allowed a maximum number of troops, of course. That also depends on your leadership and your level, basically. The more higher level you are, the more troops you can have, the more bigger targets you can take on as you move into the game. I will say graphically, I think, even though the game kind of looks almost World of Warcrafty, I think it looks really cool. I enjoy that aspect, and I dig the way the game looks. This kind of looks like the Outlands right now, for instance. Everything's all red and stuff. There is a map here that you will not really get access to a little bit until later on in the game. You can start fully exploring. The game is pretty vast, even though it does have kind of like these well, let me give you an example. Let me switch to my other game. I'm going to switch to my main character, which is the vampire guy, who's a little bit deeper into the story. He's actually already reconnected with all 3 characters, and has kind of gotten his mission, a horse apparently, which really doesn't change the speed of your character, it's just there for looks. But all characters will eventually get that horse. One thing that kind of drives me nuts about this game is there's a large expanse of area that are just kind of also empty. For instance, this area is called, I think it was like White Hall or White Hill. Where is it? We are currently in White Hill, which is where the forces of light are hiding out. And there's just large expanses of areas that are just kind of just here. There's nothing in them. Like right now my mission is to kill these 2 warriors of light that basically are, I'm supposed to talk to them and then kill like 3 units of light basically just to prove a point. I'm not really sure. I think it's for just leveling up circumstances. If you're curious about what this character is, by the way, he is a vampire. Basically, I control the undead. I enjoyed that aspect. I'm like, oh, being a vampire lord sounds kind of cool. And he has, demons and stuff with him because I've actually hooked up with the other characters. Like I said, I can have goblins at this point from the orc guy. I can have these basic undead units. And the combat in the game is really sweet and tactical. Eventually, you do start gaining more and more stuff, like different kinds of armor pieces that start boosting your stats. You get access to a companion character, who is Blackie right here. That's his name, basically. And Blackie can do a lot of different things in the game. He has kind of like his own spells, basically. His own things that he can do, which basically operate off of rage. He can basically kind of, depending on which abilities he may have, he can do different things. I think he has like 3 different kinds of abilities. He can also teleport you around and do lots of interesting stuff. For instance, he could turn the prisoners that I have right now, and he could turn them into the undead. As you can see, I have 13 prisoners, which I've gotten from just, kicking ass, basically, from defeating the enemy. He can turn them into the undead for me, or demons, and he can just do lots of different kinds of things. And you get him as you progress into the story, and you do unlock different companions as you get deeper into the game. Also, there is runes, which are other things that you collect as you head throughout the game, of course, which is your basic form of customization. This is how you're going to be kind of customizing your particular hero to your particular playstyle. There's like a talent tree, the best way to describe it. And they basically can do different things. For instance, increase the amount of experience gained for your companion. Or this one, which is Frenzy. Any troops that inflict a critical hit become Frenzy and receive an increased attack bonus. And there are, of course, all different kinds of trees that, focus on different areas of combat or different things. For instance, Mind here focuses on kind of, leadership more, almost kind of enhancing your troops, stats in a way. This one, for instance, is Faith in their commander raises the morale of your soldiers. 1+ morale for orcs, demons, and the undead. +1 morale for all dark and neutral creatures. +1 morale for all troops in the hero's army. And you basically can get these runes by defeating enemies, leveling up, and they're also collectible throughout the field. There's also magic ones where it helps you enhance your magical spells. There is a quest log here which basically tells you what to do and how to go about it. I will say the game is very open-ended, and I do enjoy that aspect of the game. You're kind of free to do whatever the hell it is you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and engage in some combat here. By the way, if I didn't mention this, all this stuff down here is like your gold, your rage amount, your mana amount. All that stuff does regenerate over time. Rage builds up in combat itself, though. You can click on your character to see your avatar. These are your troops. This is your mini-map. Pretty simple stuff right there. So I'm going to go ahead and engage this guy. There is no bonus for, let's say, like attacking them from behind, by the way. There's nothing like that. You just can get lucky and, maybe hit them. Looks like they have some sort of buff activated on them immediately. I can't really tell you what that is, because all you can really do is right-click on your enemy. It tells you kind of basic information about them. For instance, the swordsman is of the light, armored, prudence, and fighting spirit. What any of that means, I have no idea. Chances are veterans of the series know exactly what that means. I have absolutely no clue what any of that means. So again, this is kind of like the earlier battle that you saw. I have my troops on one side, their troops on one side. Oh, thank God, this does a lot for a little bit more camera manipulation. I can also zoom in my mouse wheel. As far as controls go, by the way, it's all just mouse, clicking. That's pretty much it. There's no controller support or anything like that. I'm just starting off with some distance attacks, attacking the healer, of course, trying to kill that healer and get rid of them. My vampires here are very interesting characters. They can regenerate hit points at the very beginning of the battle. And are just really kind of hardy characters, even though, They can die. I've had them actually die a couple times, which was very disappointing. Let's have him dash. The undead really have kind of simplistic abilities. They're more just really straight up fighters more than anything else. I'm going to have him kind of charge into the enemy here, hopefully. I'm going to have him use his second fireball and kill that priest. Alright, fantastic. He killed the priest. So we'll now probably target... I'm thinking, because I can do more damage to these archers. Yeah, let's get these archers here. They're gonna be the problem primarily. He regenerated some hit points as you saw there, even though he took some additional damage from being, I think he's on fire. I think that's what he's on anyways. Yeah, he's on fire. So we need to be very careful with him because he's one of kind of like my elite units. I really enjoy having him, and I don't want him to die. So these are kind of my cannon fodder troops right here, which is the skeleton and the imps back here. Those are my skeleton troops. I should say this is my cannon fodder in general. They're, oh god, I ran right into a trap like a douchebag. That hurt my troops quite a bit. I probably should have been paying more attention to what I was doing there. That's okay though, because I can taunt them and hopefully, you know, drag them out of their position and get them into a point where I can hit them with these troops. Another thing I like about the imps is that they can strike units and then kind of retreat immediately, which is also very nice. I'm going to have my vampire sneak up on that guy, kill one of the troops. I gotta be very careful because my vampire's taking a lot of damage here. A lot of damage. That's okay though. Now, when you basically mouse over a unit, it's going to tell you how much damage you do, and also tell you the possibility of what's going to happen. For instance, I could possibly kill 1 to 2 troops depending on how much damage I do. And also the enemy will get an opportunity to counterattack. I can also cast spells. Like I said, I have 2 of them right now. For instance, I can cast Poison Skull. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and cast it on this guy. Well, actually, you know what? Let's cast it on this archer back here. It's going to do a massive amount of damage to him. And it actually killed him and took him out completely. I also have rage abilities I can do. I can click on my companion character, and like I said, he can do different things. As you can see, my rage meter is at maximum right now. So, for instance, I could cast Necropack, which is kind of like a straight line attack, basically does a lot of damage. I can cast Jealousy, which is like puts this statue on the floor and has them go mad when they get near, because it's kind of representative of the demoness. I can also have Orc Strike, which is basically just a big ass axe, and basically, and there's more abilities that you'll unlock as you get deeper and deeper into the game. And like I said, the game does have a lot of there's a lot of complexity and deepness to this game. I just wish it would just taken a little bit of time to explain it to my newbie butt, because I don't exactly know what I'm doing. Now, you could, of course, probably start an earlier series and figure out what to do from there. Let's see if I can, let's see, will this work? Yeah, I'll hit 2 of them. Fantastic. That's what I'm going to do right here. So I'm going to activate his ability. I'm going to zoom out so that you can see what it does there. And it basically struck 2 of them, did a lot of damage to him. The effects are pretty cool, even though some of the sound effects are really isn't that many sound effects and can be a little underwhelming as far as sound effects go. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice my attack and give it to the skeleton guy, because he's right on top of this guy. And he got the opportunity to kill him, as you can see there. For the most part, we kind of devastated these enemies. We did a lot of damage to them. We used our troops pretty effectively. I did heal quite a bit of damage right there, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and kill him. Nope, not yet. We're going to try it anyways. We're getting pretty close. One of his troops did die. Now my skeleton's going to come in and hopefully finish him. Nope, did not. That's okay, because my zombie might finish. It goes, what is with this guy? Alright, well, we can't really do much other than kind of move in for the next round of attacks. I kind of probably should have waited, though. You do have, like I said, you have that tactical aspect. My vampire is going to turn into a bat, which will give him a little bit more maneuverability. We got this guy completely pretty much surrounded. That's it. He's done. At the end of every battle, it tells you how you did, of course, what troops you lost. As you can probably see, I lost a lot of skeleton troops because I kind of ran into that trap like a moron. Also tells you who did the most damage, how much experience you gained, how much mana you spent, all that good stuff. Fight ended on round 5, you received 19 experience. And that's kind of the end of the battle right there. And that's kind of how most of the combat works in this game. And there's several different kinds of units. As you basically move deeper into the hero reaches a new rage skill level, select a special attack to upgrade. I'm going to go ahead and go with Necropack. I like Necropack more. is you basically get deeper into getting a lot of different kinds of units, guys. Dragons and minotaurs and all sorts of crazy dark forces as you also progress deeper into the storyline here. Now you can, of course, rejuvenate your units by, of course, heading back. We're going to head back to the shelter, which is kind of like your base in a way. This is where all the other two heroes are hanging out, the orc chick and the demon chick. The orc guy and the demon chick, I mean. They're hanging out here. You can also basically recruit units here, get your mission, talk to the Spirit of Darkness. As far as the storyline goes, yeah, I think it's some of the dialogue is a little bit... I want to say childish. It's just sometimes the dialogue just doesn't really seem to fit sometimes. You're like, oh, I'm really happy to have guys like you here. And you're like, well, okay, that was weird. I hope you found the blocking and found a common language on your work together. I'm sure you will make friends. We are discussing where to start with the liberation of Nitana from those of the light. Which island should be freed first? We must start by freeing Portland. Yes, that is the name of my vampire's homeland, by the way. It's Portland. You must free Tristan as soon as possible. That's his homeland. I'm asking you to free my native blah. I can tell that the question is difficult, so we have three choices. Tristan enters Portland. We'll have to draw lots again. Listen. In order to create a modern dark army, we need to set up a secret headquarters and scientific magic production center where we will develop and produce new warriors, weapons, and spells. Everything else we need for our dark struggle. You'll need the best specialists to work at this center, even those from among the races of light. Bribery, blackmail, deception, and forgery are our tools. You can discuss later where exactly you need to look for specialists. Right now, we must establish the research department and the production department. These are the departments. It's just a little strange, dialogue for a medieval game. It's like, what? Right there, you will come across magic scrolls during your campaigns, but all spells can be used without causing harm to your forces. Since most created by mages of the light, they can seriously harm warriors of the dark. That's what we need the magic department for, to let the best mages develop new dark spells. And remember, you must look for secret followers of the dark among those of light and diligently support them to destroy the communities of light from within. So you get just a lot of destroy light, we are bad guys. It's just, the dialogue, it's a personal thing, I guess. It just kind of bugs me. It just seems like it doesn't really almost take itself too seriously, which I guess is also a benefit if you're into that kind of thing. You're not looking for a deep story, you're just looking for a deep tactical combat, and you do have that in this game. The last piece of advice there, whatever island you brought to, you must talk to the innkeeper. First of all, they always know everything. Be sure to ask them about amazingly happy, strikingly faithful, and extraordinarily pure inhabitants. Don't forget to look for the clever, the talented, and anyone else who could be of useful. Good luck. I'll try to remember that. New title available. Last Hope of the Darkness. Current title. Okay, so I guess, yeah, we'll just go ahead and upgrade our title here. And of course, now we're back at base, and as you can see, he's discussing how to upgrade the base. You'll be doing that basically as you move forward, which is what these three buildings are over here, basically, where you'll be going to upgrade, find different spells, different units, and progress your base. If you're wondering why this, by the way, it's all weird looking, it's because we're in kind of like a dimension of utter darkness. So that's why there's nothing really around as far as what to do. You can do a lot of things at your base. You can talk to the other NPCs. You can buy troops and basically, re-supplement your troops. For instance, like the skeletons here. I'll buy the maximum amount, which is, looks like it's going to be 25. It'll cost me 500 gold, but it's okay because I have 73,000 gold. It should be okay for that amount. I'll upgrade my zombies. I'll upgrade all of my troops. The ones you can have a maximum of, it'll, of course, allow you to upgrade. You can, of course, get more different kinds of troops. I think you can also throw these guys into the reserves eventually. I'm not 100% sure how you do that, though. Again, the game really doesn't explain much at all. So, now that we got that done, I'll go ahead and hit quest. I have a lot of quests here, a lot of different things to do, a lot of things to target, of course. I will say the game does give you quite a bit to do. I'm going to go ahead and back. We're going to do one more battle here before we end this video here. I'm going to go back to Whitehall, or Whitehill. Why do I keep calling it Whitehall? I don't know why. But yeah, there's shops, there's loot. You can also dig for loot. There's Steam achievements and a leaderboard here for you to mess around with. There was a guy over here somewhere, I think, right? Sometimes the camera can be a little finicky as far as, where direction it turns in. Alright, there's one guy right there. We'll kill him. Awesome stuff here. We'll get some loot. We'll get a little bit more idea of what the combat's like. Again, I'm going to start off by aiming for the priest. Because, I want him to die. He is a major target. Well, Priest can do a lot of damage to undead targets, which is why I usually target him first. As you can see, the thing I don't want to run into is that trap right there. That was kind of my mistake I made last time. I will say that the battlefields can be are varied, even though these ones look exactly the same, pretty much. Damn, good shots on their part. Good for them, huh? I'm not going to run into that trap like I did last time. I'm going to be very patient and let them run into it. I don't really have any kind of combo shot here, which kind of sucks. But I kind of want to kill that guy. I'm gonna aim for the priest. I'm not going to change my tactic here because that priest needs to die. He's too powerful. Alright, he'll die eventually of just probably being burned. I'm going to go ahead and use the skull ability on this guy because he's going to run right into that trap any minute now. And he'll probably get slaughtered by it. I'm also going to move this way so that guy has to take 2 turns to move towards me. Oh, apparently he gets an extra shot off. Whatever, that's fine. That's cool. Bullcrap, that's cool. They're using their tactics very effectively, of course. That guy got hurt massively now. He should be able to kind of kill easily now. There you go, he's dead. Fantastic. Our vampires are hurt, which kind of sucks. We lost a vampire. Which means that their effectiveness total will be going down. And that's one thing you to know. As you lose troops in that particular unit, their effectiveness is affected in a form. They're not as strong, they're not as capable as when they were at, you know, maximum amount of troops there. He did a massive amount of damage to that guy, which is pretty freaking sweet. That priest back there is still not dead. I'm going to transform and roll out. And fly towards that priest there, so hopefully I can get a shot off on him. I could lose my vampire troop in this battle, which is, you know, if it happens, that's fine. No big deal. Bite him! Bite him in his face! Okay. So this target spell is ready. I'm going to go ahead and aim it towards that archer. Do a lot of damage to him. And then hit this guy with that guy, and maybe he'll be dead. No, he's almost dead, though. Actually, no, he's at 3 troops left, officially. Doing quite a bit of damage to him, though. I'm going to have my skeleton attack that guy, do a lot of damage to him, took out 3 of his troops. Hopefully he'll be able to kill him. Nope, still has a couple troops left, doesn't he? Okay, we're going to transform back into a vampire, because a vampire form does more damage than the bat form does. So I'm going to have that guy attack him. Not enough damage there. Close, but no cigar. And he's still standing. That guy's tough. I'll give him credit. Alright, now we all got left is these 2 archers and that guy right there. Shouldn't be a problem to get these guys down. Especially with my skeleton just whipping some serious ass here. Alright, we're going to have him kill him. Yeah, alright. Now we're going to cast a fireball on this guy. He should be dead soonish. We got 1, kills 1. I'm going to let them kind of focus on that guy. I'm going to kill him, hopefully. Doesn't look like my shot went off. Skeleton defeated him pretty efficiently. Now we're going to have him charge. I have not used any of my rage abilities, which I probably just should, just to show that off a little bit more. I'll go ahead and use the Orc Strike, and you can see what that looks like right there. It's basically, he appears and does some damage to the guy. Looks like he did quite a bit, actually. I'm going to sacrifice the zombie's turn. That's an ability that he has, basically kind of give it to somebody else in exchange of zone, which will give the skeleton a chance probably to kill this guy, which is exactly what happened. So as you can see, the combat's really tactical, guys. There's a lot of deep strategy involved, using different characters, different abilities in combination with others. It's really freaking awesome as far as the combat goes. Graphically, it's not bad. I've seen better, I've seen worse. You can zoom in quite far away and see a lot, though. I enjoy that aspect, too. But yeah, one thing I also did hear is that as far as the game goes compared to the other King's Bounty series, is that this isn't really anything new. So if that's something that might deter somebody from purchasing this game, is that this is kind of more or less, aside from the story and the aspect where you're the bad guys, this is kind of like the rest of the King's Bounty series as far as the elements of the game go. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's also, some people enjoy that aspect of things. and don't want necessarily things to be different. So if you're looking for something new, this probably might not be it. But guys, in the end, I'm torn when it comes to this game, guys. It's a game that requires a lot of hours to play to really get the full experience out of. So I can't be quick to make judgments. The game's really depth, and there's a lot of complex, and as you get deeper and deeper into the game, it gives you more and more stuff. The game itself seems really cool, and I enjoy the idea of playing the bad guy, and overall the deep customization offered. On the other side, though, I hear the game is kind of riddled with bugs, and this is after early access release. With no tutorial system at all, guys, in the game, if this is your first foray into the series, you're going to be lost. Now, if you're a veteran of the series, you will of course know what to do, because this is nothing new. You've been playing this game for the last 3 releases. If you're a diehard fan of the game, though, you will enjoy this game. It has a lot of complexities, a lot of things that somebody will like about the King's Bounty series. It has that replayability somewhat, that you can play the 3 different heroes, even though they kind of all end up mashed together, and it's somewhat of an aesthetic thing. I would say the game has more longevity than replayability. How about that? And other than, the couple of bugs and balance issues later on in the game, it does run really well, guys. Now we come to that question of would I recommend this game? Yes and no. Yes to the older fans of the series, because they will find what they love about this game here, and they know what to do. No to new players, because there's literally no explanation on anything in the game, and in general I think it would be smarter to start at an earlier point in the series, probably cheaper too. It probably has a tutorial and will tell you what to do. But of course, that's all in my humble opinion, what little experience I have had with the series up to this point, guys. So of course, I encourage you to find out more, make your own decisions for yourself, guys. If I was seen a little too harsh on the game, it's because it's a AAA title, guys, and you want to hold these games to a higher standards, though. But I did enjoy my time with the game. I don't want you to think I didn't like the game. I did have a lot of fun with the game. So big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to review this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. See you next time.